it's the Munster Cast. Welcome to the show, we got a blast from the past. Yeah, it's the Munster Cast. You know what it is. Hit like, hit follow, subscribe to the biz. Leave a comment, share, let your thoughts fly.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Munster Cast, the podcast where we watch and talk about the Munsters and Munsters. I'm, of course, your host, Myke Shrews, here with my co-host and friend, Tivis. So, Tivis, please tell everybody out in the Munsterverse how you doing today?
We're both awake. I moved my microphone while you were talking, so I'm sure that's going to sound lovely.
That sounds good. You sound fine.
No, I meant while I was moving it. Whatever noise was happening.
It doesn't record it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
All right,
I'll cut it out anyways. All right, guys. Tivis informed me that he might have a stinky face throughout sometimes because his cat just dookied right outside his door in a litter box, not on the floor.
Yeah, we're in the process of slowly kicking her into the basement.
To go to the bathroom, not to like live there, right?
Sure.
Okay. I tried people. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. All right, you guys, real quick, dive into the dirty business. You can find the MunsterCast on social media. That is Facebook and Instagram via the MunsterCast, and any other place that we are, just type in the MunsterCast on there. You can also find our pretty ugly faces every Munster Monday and any other content we post via youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast. That's youtube.com/@TheMunsterCast. You can also go to TheMunsterCast.com website and find all of our content in one spot. That is every single thing there. You can also click the little microphone icon on the right hand side of the screen and leave us a voice message as well. You can also click the store tab or just go to themunstercast.com/merch and pick up an awesome MunsterCast t-shirt curated just for you guys out there, Munster fans. Not all of them have our logo on it, so you can chill and just enjoy a Munsters shirt. All right, guys. You can also email us at themunstercast@outlook.com. That's themunstercast@outlook.com. Email us all your questions, concerns, reviews, whatever you want. If you want to try and get on the show, all your fandom stuff over there, guys.
I was trying to see if you could run out of breath.
Nah.
We have a Patreon, as always, basically a tip jar. You like what we do? Chuck us a buck. It helps way more than you could ever imagine. But the economy's terrible. You can't do that. Don't worry about it. What you can do instead is leave us a review on your podcatcher of choice, rate us, tell people about us, spread the word of mouth. That helps shows grow much, much more. Download it. Don't stream. Download the podcast. That is a huge thing that people are just now finding out about, like in the past year. That helps way more than streaming. If you're on YouTube right now, comment your thoughts as we talk. We'll get to them. We love reading them. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to us if you haven't. If you like Munsters, we're here every Munster Monday. You can hit that bell if you want. It's usually 7 a.m. Eastern, Munster Monday. But sometimes Myke will surprise people and upload a special thing.
Yeah, awesome. All right. I just realized I got like a mini Amish beard going right now.
Yes, you do. Audio listeners, Myke has beard. But only half one.
I had to shave the mustache and stuff. My wife doesn't like it when I was kissing her, so I was just like, let me shave it. And now I just look like a douche, and so I'm gonna shave all of it off.
I once gave myself the cowboy stash as a joke for 10 minutes because I couldn't stand it, but her reaction was hilarious.
I used to do the chin strap thing, so you wouldn't have this, but you just have the chin. I'm too old for that crap.
The neck beard.
I'm just too old for that. And
just grow it on your neck.
The last time I messed around with just shaving stuff, I gave myself the Charlie Chaplin mustache. I'm gonna call it, because
everyone else told you to get rid of it.
Yeah. There might be pictures somewhere with that, but yeah, hopefully.
Let's hope not. For your sake.
Look, it's the Charlie Chaplin stash. Okay, I don't know what everyone's so freaking out about over. Why is it such a big deal? I don't understand. People can look that one up if they don't understand that. All right.
Be sure to send your comments to TheMunsterCast@outlook.com. No.
Okay, Tivis, what are we talking about today?
Today it's my party, and I'll die if I want to.
It's my
A very
party.
wordy title. Season 3, episode 5. Or if you slam both shows together, episode 1, 2, 3. It's 123 for Mike. This aired November 3rd, 1990. We are now officially in the era of me being alive.
Awesome.
Yeah, I won't say when, but I'm alive. This was written by Mark Miller. No, not the comic Mark Miller. Mark Miller has 53 acting credits to his name and 11 writer plus 2 producing. His production include Ginger in the Morning from 74 and Savannah Smiles. God, I hope that first one's not bad. His first writing credit was for an episode of Please Don't Eat the Daisies in 1966. He wrote the screenplay for Ginger in the Morning, so it makes sense. Savannah Smiles, again, he also did the screenplay for an episode of The Jeffersons, 3 of Different Strokes.
Yeah.
2 of Nothing is Easy. And he will be back for 3 more episodes of Munsters Today. For his first acting role, The Man Behind the Badge in 1954. So this man has been at it for a while. Let's see what else I can recognize here. Gunsmoke in 59. Andy Griffith Show in 61. So
Okay.
a relation to the original Munster show. Let's see. You got General Hospital in 65. My God, that show's been going on forever. I Dream of Jeannie in 69. Nice.
General Hospital's been on since the 60s?
Oh, yes. Let's see. We got I'm looking through. I'm not recognizing too many more myself. Mary Poppins, the sing-along. I know what this word is, but I'm just staring at it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Yeah.
A nightmare of a word to actually see in writing. Anyway, so yes, Mark Miller.
It looks like something offensive.
Such a long career. He did pass away in 2022 at the age of 97. So, as always, I'm going to recommend you go check out his, CV listed online. Check it out. You'll never know what he could have been involved in that you'll be like, oh, no way.
Right.
We're going to move on now to the director, which is once again Russ Petranto. And I'm just going to say again, this is our Ezra Stone. There's going to be, it'd be more a shorter amount of time to list the episodes he doesn't direct than the ones he does this season. So we're just going to move on from him. We have 4 guest casts this week.
Yeah.
We're going to start with Ruth Buzzy, I think is how you pronounce her last name. Boozy?
Yep. Boozy.
Buzzy. And she played Dracula's mom, and I absolutely recognized her, and there's no wonder because she has 121 projects under her name. First one listed was 3 episodes of Linus and Lionhearted, where she voiced Granny Goodwitch from 64 to 65. Then she was on an episode of The Monkees. Let's see. She was Frau Frau in the Aristocats. That's exciting. My wife and I love that movie. Let's see here. So far, it's been a lot of voice acting work for me. Oh, Freaky Friday, the 76 version. It's been a long time since I watched that.
Is she played like the mom in that?
She plays the coach for the opposing team.
Okay.
Yeah, so a little minor role, but
Yeah.
she was an additional voice in Plastic Man, the 79 series.
Right
God,
on.
that show is coming back. I think I saw DC advertising that maybe coming to Max soon. That's a crazy. Plastic Man's scary.
Like the original shows coming on there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Let's see. The 79 version of Chips. She was on 2 episodes of that. That's more than likely where I saw her. A ton of voice work I've seen her. Several things in the new Scooby-Doo mysteries in '84. I love me some Scooby-Doo. 2 episodes of The Love Boat, The Bernstein Bears, Pound Puppies. Wow, that is a blast of my past. I remember that show.
I remember the plushies of Pound Puppies
Yeah.
more than I remember. I don't remember there being a show.
See, my dad bought my sister and I those plushies, and it came with a VHS tape of an episode of Pound Puppies.
Oh, she did 27 episodes of that show, dude.
Yeah, she did.
Holy, she played several voices. Okay.
Rockin' with Judy Jetson, The Smurfs, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Saved by the Bell. Possibly also saw her there. Oh, she's going to come back for Munsters. Oh, no, wait. I'm an idiot. We've already talked about her. She's been in Munsters today.
As who?
She was in Corporate Munster.
Oh, she's probably one of the ladies in the
Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's not given a role. She's just listed.
Yeah. Because there's a whole boardroom of people, remember?
Yep. So we've already covered this way back in season 1, but it's still exciting to go through again, and especially now that she actually gets a role.
Right.
Man, I'm just looking. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Weird Al Yankovic, quite a few things. So, just exciting stuff.
Darkwing Duck.
I
have to point out Addams Family. She did Addams Family voices for the animated show in the 90s as well. So they're probably like right after she did this.
Oh, probably. Her voice is definitely recognizable, but I recognize her face, so it's got to be from like Chips or something.
Something else I find is kind of cool. She did a voice in Wild West COW, Boys of Moo Mesa. It's Cowboys of Moo Mesa back in the day. It was a animated show in the 90s. It was kind of like a Ninja Turtles thing, but it was more Western, and it was with cows and bulls and stuff like that.
I've never heard of this show.
The cool thing about this, the reason I bring this one up, because I saw it on her thing, is because there's a company out there, the company that is doing the shows that everyone's probably been watching, like movies that made us or the toys that made us, stuff like that. That's out there, guys. They are actually doing a toy company called Nacelle Toys. They have the rights to do all these different ones. They've done like Mad Balls, Barnyard Commandos, a bunch of other ones. They did Biker Mice from Mars recently. And they're doing comics of each one. Each one's getting like 3-issue.
I was about to ask, when are we getting the comic? Because the Saturday morning cartoons is the big craze right now in comics.
Yeah, I think. Do I have any right now?
Like Space Ghost right now? Oh, it's so good from Dynamite.
So
if
like,
you enjoy Space Ghost, go read that.
So they have the Biker Mice from Mars comics, right? They did the 3 issues for that. They did what was the other one they already did? I don't remember, but they're doing 3 issues of each one. But they did a 0 issue first before
with
they
the
started
crossover,
these.
with the
and
giant cover with all of the heroes and the alternate of the villains. That was cool. I remember that.
And they went through like each basic thing, setting each world up, which was pretty cool. It was like it's the MCU of comics. Or I guess it's the
for Saturday
comics.
morning cartoon watchers.
yeah, for 90s cartoons. But yeah, they're those Cowboy of Moo Mesa figures are coming out soon again. So they had them back in the day. Those original ones are expensive as hell. But they are redoing those guys and their style that they do. So but I have like the other ones that they've done, Robo Force, and I have some of the figure. I have all the figures for Biker Mice from Mars that they've done. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Maybe we should start reaching out to some of these comic companies and be like, "Hey, reprint the Munsters comic."
Right. I'll look into seeing who potentially owns the comic. I don't remember what comic company it was that did the Munster
Gold
comic.
Key, I believe.
Was it Gold Key? Okay.
Yeah.
All
All
right. All right.
Anyway.
Anyways, next person on your list, dude.
We have.
She did also 83 episodes of Sesame Street, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, she did a lot.
Yeah. So definitely check her out, guys. That is that's Ruth Buzzi, Buzzi.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We have Sandy Barron as Yorgra, which I swear they pronounced like 3 different ways throughout this entire episode. I heard Yorgi, Yorger.
Yeah, I don't remember how I'm going to pronounce it. However, I wrote
it. He's got 37 acting credits, and he's another very recognizable face. I remember him from something. So let's first credit given in 62, an episode for Naked City.
Do you not remember really what you remember him from?
No.
By the voice alone?
I'm sure I'll get to it.
So let's just say this. We've talked about him on this show before.
Have we really? All right.
So scroll through.
He did 2 episodes. No, he's coming back.
We've talked about him on this show before.
He's Grandpa Munster.
He's is
Grandpa Munster from Scary Little Christmas. So I knew I recognized him.
Sandy is the actor who took over the role for the Scary Christmas, Munster Scary Christmas movie because of the passing, and they were friends. So he took over and did Grandpa in the very pervy Christmas movie with the pervy elves and the fruity cake Santa Claus and the I don't even what are the biker club guy reindeers.
Well, we will see him return in a future episode, and we'll just leave it at that since we have covered him already.
Yeah,
I can't believe I forgot. Yes, it's because I just watched it this Christmas again.
So I would go with Yeda as the next one because Richard is probably going to be a little bit more.
Yeah, that's exactly the order I had him in.
Okay, cool.
Yep, we have Yeda as Shirley Zeldnik, Grandpa's first crush.
Yeah.
First credit given. First of all, she's got 11 acting credits. First one given is an 87 for an episode of Roxy. Then she wanted to take 2. Let's see, My Mom's a Werewolf. That actually sounds like a fun thing. We should totally watch that. Actually, we have seen her before. She played Yeda in season 2 Reunion.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we've already covered her as well. So it's nice to see her return.
Yeah. Also, why did you skip Earth Girls Are Easy? That's a freaking fantastic movie, and I just recently watched it again.
Because I knew you would go into it again.
It's an awesome movie. For people who don't know, it's Jeff Goldblum, Matt Damon, and Jim Carrey, and Gina Davis. Freaking fantastic movie. I was just talking about this movie with my kids like 2 days ago with my wife and kids.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
so, we got Richard Mole as Genghis Khan, which is spelled wrong on IMDb, I want to add.
Yeah.
He's got 179 acting credits to his name.
So I'll tell the people right now before you dive into this. If you go and watch this episode, like wherever you find it, or go to our Discord and watch it, whatever, if you see him or you hear him, you automatically are like, dude, I've seen him in something. He's one of those actors that he's just been in so much that you're like, oh, I know him. Even though you
Uh,
don't remember his name, you probably know.
Oh, dude, I recognize him from something very early in his career. But we'll start with where his first credit is, which
Okay.
is 77 for Birmingham. Then the thing I recognize him from, he was in 2 episodes of Happy Days.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something from 98, but okay.
Well,
cool.
I recognize him from Happy Days. Absolutely. I guarantee it's not the first thing I've ever seen him in, but I remember him. I love Happy Days.
Right on.
All right.
And he does a lot of voice acting too. He definitely does a
he
lot of
does.
voice acting.
The Adventures of Sheriff Lobo. They need to recreate that, but the DC version.
Mm-hmm.
The Archer, Fugitive from the Empire. Ooh, Caveman. Here's Boomer. That takes on a whole nother take in today's society. Morgan Mindy, of course. I don't remember him in that. God, I gotta rewatch that show now. Fantasy Island, Alice, Dukes of Hazzard, the A-Team, Santa Barbara, The Facts of Life, My Two Dads.
I know in a lot of stuff that he was into, he played like the bad guy that was like a sweet bad guy.
Oh, he was Arturus in Monsters in '89.
Okay.
There's one for you, Mike. Let's Kill All the Lawyers. That's a movie, not me suggesting it. Night Court, Flintstones, Getting By. 14 episodes voicing various things, including Harvey Dent, Two-Face, and the Bat Computer in Batman the Animated Series.
Yep.
Still holds up today as the best Batman thing ever made. Let's see. We got Babylon 5. You're currently watching that. No, don't tell me that it's true. It is true. Batman the Animated Series is the best thing ever made for Batman.
Yeah. No, Babylon 5. There is something that you just skipped right over that I recognized him instantly from. Yeah, Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. Dude, I used to watch the shit out of Hercules and Xena.
I remember more
right
Xena.
Over here, too.
Actually, I remember Young Hercules, the prequel show, way more than Hercules.
Was that with Ryan Gosling, right? Was it Ryan Gosling?
I think so. That was before I started paying attention to things.
Let me see. I'm gonna double check that one.
Here's one for you. Weird Science, the TV show. Frankenstein's Monster, which is just Frankenstein people. Can we drop the monster?
No, it's Frankenstein's monster.
No, it's Frankenstein.
His name is not Frankenstein.
Did Frankenstein not create his own son? Do you not give your surname to your children?
No, that's not his son. He doesn't even treat it like a child. And yes, it was Ryan Gosling.
Well, there's a lot of shitty parents. Yeah, no comment for that. We got 2 episodes of Married with Children. Seventh Heaven. Oh, he was in Freakazoid. An episode of Superman the Animated Series as well. Jingle All the Way.
Yep, he plays the actual Dementor from the beginning of the movie when they show the Turbo Man TV show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You
see him, you're just like, you hear the voice alone and you're like, oh, I know him. Yeah.
Casper, A Spirited Beginning, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, The Incredible Hulk, Spider-Man the Animated Show.
Yep.
Yeah, cartoons. Oh, I loved that. Casper Meets Wendy. Ooh, underrated Casper movie in my opinion.
See, that's the one I thought you were going to bring up. That was the first one you recognize him from.
That is guaranteed to be the first thing I ever saw him in. Let's see. Wacky Adventures of Ronald McDonald, The Visitors from Outer Space. Oh my God, that just unlocked a memory for me. I remember that movie.
I don't, but now I want to watch it.
Oh, it's so weird. Call Me Claus, Scary Movie 2. That's great.
Yep. He did Boltneck, which Boltneck is like another Frankenstein type thing, which I didn't know that was him in it.
Man, this guy is all over the DCAU, Zeta Project, and Justice League. He's
Mhm.
only missing Beyond and Static Shock at this point. He was in an episode of Smallville,
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk. Man, this list just keeps going.
Yeah, no, he's got way too much stuff on there. I think
Batman Brave and the Bold, Scooby Doo.
so if you skip more towards like the later stuff of his,
Hmm.
I think like he did a Jurassic Stoned Age thing, which isn't Jurassic Park, but it looks like their
No,
Jurassic logo. Um
absolutely does. What the heck is Kirby Buckets? Uh,
I think that's like a
yeah.
kids
The,
TV thing like Nickelodeon or something.
the last thing he has credited was in 2018 for Sleigh Bells or Bellies?
Sleigh Bells.
Yeah,
I think that's like an evil Santa Claus movie, isn't it?
I have no idea. But he passed away in 2023 at the age of 80.
And he still has one thing left coming out called Whispers and Shadows. It's in
Yeah,
post
whenever
production.
that stuff is listed, I have a feeling it's never coming. Because, I mean, well, we talked about someone who's been passed away for nearly 20 years and they still got something in post production.
Oh, Sleigh Bells. Oh, I want to watch this now. This sounds cool. It's Christmas Eve, and 3 cosplaying women come across the malevolent Christmas demon Krampus. The girls must team up with Santa Claus himself to battle the creature and save the world.
Of course, Krampus is involved.
And of course, it's going to be 3 like girls in cosplay, probably like boobs out, ass out, and everything. But it looks like an indie film from what I'm seeing right here. It actually the cinematography actually doesn't look too bad. They have the trailer playing on IMDb in the thing there. Oh my god. I am gonna watch this movie. It's got Barry Bostwick and shit in it too.
You better write
What?
it down before you forget.
No, I've screenshotting that. What are you talking about? Write it down.
Were you saving the screenshot?
To my desktop.
Okay.
That's where they
Just 'cause
always
you took
go.
a screenshot doesn't mean.
No, they go straight to my desktop. Darren Lynn Bousman is in this movie? What? Okay.
Yeah.
Guess
Yeah,
this is going on the Christmas list for next year.
Yeah, you are guaranteed to recognize this person absolutely, as well as very high chance Ruth Buzzy.
Yeah.
So honestly, it's a great episode. I have a feeling this is the one Frank was alluding to way back when we talked to him after season 1.
About meeting more family.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Is it?
I think so.
It's time. It's time. It's time. That was weird. My beard touched the mic. It's synopsis time. Today we are talking about It's My Party and I'll Die If I Want To, which aired November 3rd, 1990, which Tivis previously stated. On this episode of The Munsters Today, Grandpa is turning 402 while Herman travels through the sands of time to bring a gift about only fans would enjoy. Will Grandpa's slowly decomposing state take away from his enjoyment, or will his parental trauma face him in real time? Will we see 2 Grandpa Munsters on screen, or will Spot feast on the mailman giving him the groans? Will Grandpa's long-lost Viking love return for a love crusade with Grandpa, or will the voices of Grandpa's past give him pains reminiscent to a stake in the heart? Will there be jokes reminiscent of an Arthur Fleck-type comedian, or will the founder of the Mongol Empire terrorize the neighbors for eternity? Will the Munster family learn the meaning of being a good sport, or will they hate every moment? Will Grandpa get his presents, or will the whole thing be a con to get out of gifts? And will chaos ensue? Find out this week on The Munsters Today.
That felt like an appropriate end. They gave you a lot to work with in this one.
Oh, yeah. I started this episode, guys, and 7 minutes in, I had to turn it off for a minute because I was like, there is so much going on. So kind of like on our screen right now. There's so much going on. Let's turn some of that off. There we go. All right, guys. So where do we want to start, bro? Like,
I guess we start at the beginning.
shall we? I guess we shall.
Marilyn walks into the kitchen and turns on the lights to find Grandpa just sitting in the dark. What are you doing here? Decomposing. Had been for some time. Like,
Another episode where Marilyn is heavy in the beginning and then just
vanishes
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, she doesn't vanish in this one. She kind of just fades to the background. Yeah.
I guess the whole family kind of does, though. You know.
Yeah. Kind of literally there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, aren't we all? Like, but I tell you what, this episode got real meta with me. I related to Grandpa a lot. So
I think everybody can relate to Grandpa at some point with this episode.
She means like, why are you up so late, and why are you drinking milk? And I guess the Got Milk campaign is back.
Yeah.
Blood after 11 gives me gas. Why are you up? She's just hungry, and he's happy some people can still eat, and then sighs heavily, but she does not care. She pulls like 6 things from the cupboard.
She pulls so much stuff out from this cabinet, bro. And some of these things that she pulls out too should be refrigerated. Why are they not in the refrigerator? Like she pulls like it looks like a some kind of meat. I think pickles or something in the jar that looks like it should be in the fridge. Who knows with this family?
Some people will keep sausage out though, which I don't personally understand, but
this looked like not manufactured meat. I shouldn't say that.
I think you were gonna say mayonnaise. Like, I don't want to see meat mayonnaise.
It looked more like processed meat, not like a sausage where it's just like where they're cured and stuff like that. It's like bologna. Don't leave bologna out and eat it.
Just don't eat bologna. But yeah, Grandpa's like, "Are you having a picnic for the Teamsters?" Which I'm like, "Cool, my old union." She offers him some, but he's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna sit here, look through this old photo album, and be depressed about my birthday," which he's turning 402. Which is, I love the continuity because I believe, what is it, in season 1 we established he's 400.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's been 2 years. I love this. Munsters Today has been so kind to me with the continuity. It annoyed me a little bit there in season 2, but it's been very kind for the most part.
I think, like, story-wise, besides the whole Frankenstein thing, like Dr. Frankenstein thing,
and forgetting about the whole Frozen.
And forgetting about that, yeah, those are like the 2 big ones, which those are really big ones to mess up.
Yeah.
Especially when you have full episodes about it. But the only other thing outside of those would just be airing the episodes in the proper order.
Yes, 100%.
But yeah, but I do give them a little bit of a break from the whole 20-year thing, because they only really talk about that in the pilot episode, and back then, no one really watched the pilot episode all that often. So a lot of people, they only knew what was going on because of the theme song. So
yeah, no, I agree 100%. So, Grandpa then asks her, "Oh," she's like, "Shouldn't you be happy? It's going to be your birthday." And he's like, "Have you ever thought too much time has gone by and you haven't accomplished much?" And I'm sitting here like, well, seeing as how I'm going to be 35 this year and starting over from the ground floor on a career for the second time in 2 years. Yeah.
Be like, stop attacking me, show.
Yeah. But Marilyn doesn't. He's like, "Have you ever felt like you are losing your looks? Your body feels like the Pillsbury Doughboy and all your favorite people are dead." Okay, now we're 2 out of 3. Is this just an episode taking shots at me? Well, I guess no, not all of my favorite people are dead. Mike's still here. And he will be after I'm gone. So yeah.
I've lost a few good friends over the last couple of years. It's kind of that's the sucky thing about getting older. But the worst part is they were younger than me.
Yeah.
By
Having just
years.
lost
So
my buddy last fall, that was tough.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's great to open up to someone who really knows what you're going through, he says.
Yeah.
And she apologizes and asks if there's anything good about getting older.
Yeah.
Like,
you don't need as much Clearasil.
Taking a shot at her acne, which is not true. I still get pimples to this day.
I mean, I think everybody will, but for men, it does go away a lot more. I've noticed as the testosterone takes over, stuff like that.
The more I let my beard grow, the more they show up.
Oh, then you need to clean your beard more.
I do clean, dude. Wash this thing constantly.
Gosh, I hope that's in the microphone because I could hear that on my end. So I hope it's in the mic.
I'm sorry, audio listeners. This is not ASMR, but I hate my beard. I hate my beard. Other people look good on it with them.
The bonus about like facial hair is it hides like chins.
I'd rather have 3 chins than a beard. Just give me the laser. I want to personally hold the laser and just. So we jump to the next day where Marilyn is telling the rest of the family how depressed Grandpa is. Herman says they need to do something to make him excited for his birthday.
She's working hard to get Grandpa happy.
Yeah. Marilyn suggests a party, but Eddie's skeptical. Does Grandpa seem like the partying type? And I want to note, he's sitting on the back of Grandpa's chair, which I'm sure would infuriate him if he saw.
Mm-hmm.
And Marilyn's like, well, what if we make it a Grandpa kind of party? And Lily's like, that's a great idea.
Look, I don't have a favorite chair, and I would still push my kids off the back of the couch if I'm sitting on it like that. And I have tile floors, so...
Yeah, Lily agrees. Great food, games, and transfusions. That's what he likes. First thing we got to do is invite all his friends. And Herman is excited and asks, what friends? Eddie reminds them that all of his favorite people are dead. And Herman's like, I don't see the problem. I got a shovel.
They could have brought back some of the people that Grandpa has known in this show, because like you could have brought back the one dude from the episode of the book bombing thing.
Yeah.
That
very heavy episode. Relevant. Yeah. I'm gonna get this out of the way now. My main complaint, the one thing I have wanted to see since they referenced it in the early episodes of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Grandpa has 2 sisters. I want to meet them.
I want to meet the sisters. Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a good one for this, but alas, we do not get it. Instead, we get the family sitting around looking at Grandpa's scrapbook, making fun of him. And,
they call it a scrapbook. It's a photo album.
Yeah.
My wife makes scrapbooks.
It has his first prize in the grave robbing competition, and a love letter from Joan of Arc.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Vladimir and her letter. Vladimir, you inflame me, which is a real dark joke if you know the history of Joan of Arc.
Spoilers: she got lit on fire.
Yeah. They say all he does all day is look through this photo album, and I'm like, this sounds exactly like my dad.
It's messed up. So as a kid, I watched Bill and Ted all the time. They had Joan of Arc in there. They took her back knowing damn well she was going to burn to death.
Well, did they do the same thing with Lincoln?
Yes. At least when Daniel Tosh did like the time travel episode, he kept little Michael Jackson. He didn't let him go back.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
probably would have saved a lot of lives.
What?
Yeah, it was sarcasm.
I don't
There's
remember what
actually
Tosh did with Hitler. I don't recall what happened to Hitler in that episode. Anyways.
there is an episode of the Boondocks, not Boondock Saints, the Boondocks, the animated show, where they bring Martin Luther King into present day, and it won a ton of awards. It is a really powerful episode.
Yeah.
Where he got to see modern day and stuff, and it's really cool. I highly recommend going to check that out for like messing with time type stuff.
Yeah. It was called Return of the King, season 1, episode 9.
Oh, it's so that is a really great show. Over just all around. But yeah, when they mentioned he looked through the photo album all day, that just reminds me of my dad. I literally get pictures from my dad multiple days a week of people in his old photo albums of people that passed away before I was even born.
Yeah. I miss photo albums because I grew up in the house that had the photo albums that were just like passed down, whatever. Like, not that many people in my family had died by then, but like we got photos that other people took when I was little, shit like that. It's cool to go through them. Now everything's so digital. It's like, oh, what did I post on Facebook for that week? Like,
even with it being digital, it's like I feel like okay, I'm not exaggerating. My dad's family, like between my dad, my grandpa, and his relatives, they have 12 photo albums filled to the max.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't even taken enough pictures in my entire life myself to fill one.
I have.
I mean, unless you count like the accidental burst photo you take with an iPhone.
No. Yeah.
I feel like we're cutting back on which I mean, it's kind of good and kind of bad. It's nice to have the reminders, but I feel like you run the risk of being like my dad, where you were just stuck in nostalgia constantly.
I don't think that we're leaving that era. I think we're worse with it because people now take pictures of every little thing and event in their life that they're not really in the moment of the event itself. They're more so, let me get the picture, let me post it to social media.
Go to a concert
never
anymore?
see the picture again. So
they're filming the damn when are you ever going to watch the people for 4th of July? You know, fireworks are big here in America.
Yeah.
The people that film the fireworks, when are you going to watch this again?
You're never going to watch
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, you're never gonna watch that again. Like I can see like going to your kids' events and recording it, but also I do like now a lot of places with kids like performances and stuff. They're like, hey parents, we're recording it, we got you. You can enjoy the show now. Which we need more of that, because otherwise you have just everybody in their phone just watching the performance through the phone. And I'm like,
granted, that's a lot better than when my dad used to come to my like 3rd grade play and break out his giant film over his shoulder. Annoy the people behind him.
We don't have any video footage from when we were kids just because we didn't have that stuff. The only video stuff we probably have from when we were kids is when I got a hold of a 8mm digital camera. And we recorded our backyard wrestling stuff. That's it. So I think I have a few of the tapes, but there's tapes of us just beating the crap out of each other. Yeah.
He literally sent me this one just like last Tuesday. That at one of those parks where you feed the animals. I'm like, why did we remember that? That was not fun. There's a reason I've never gone back to those places. But anyway, we're getting
a lot of that though is just to do like what Grandpa's doing in this episode, to go back and reminisce about the good old days and stuff, or remember people that you lost. I think it does. It is a good thing to take the photos like that though too, because it will help people with their memory when they're older. It'll bring back, it'll like, you know, when they start getting into Alzheimer's and stuff like that, like it'll
That's
help
fair. Yeah.
help jog the brain and be like, oh, I kind of like smells do for some people too. Like there are certain smells, like I'll smell right now, like still to this day, and be like, oh, and it brings me back to like this event or this place or that place, stuff like that in my memory. The visual aid helps a lot too for older people, for sure.
Yeah.
So that is a
very
good
true.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I could see your point. I'd say I was telling my dad just a few weeks ago. Say, yeah, memories are great, but they're still memories. You know, they're safe in your head.
Yeah. Well, that's
Unless you
why,
lose it, but
yeah, you need the key to unlock it. Sometimes things get locked away, like family trauma.
we literally went from our wedding in 2015 to like a vacation in 2017 with no photos in between.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, and see that it's a double-edged sword, because it can be good to go back and relive those moments, but then as a child, like I can see a photo and be like, oh yeah, that's the day that my parents forced us into the vehicle, and then we got into a fight, and then they left us somewhere for like 3 hours, and I just started walking home in the middle of a highway, and I had no clue where I was. And then they went back for my brothers and got my brothers, and then they had to come and find me because I walked the way.
Tell your wife there's another one. Yeah.
So
yeah. No, that's true. There's always good and bad.
yeah. I think it's cool because like I get to go back and look at pictures of me and some friends, especially friends that have passed away, and remember the good times with them and stuff, and remember how good of a human being they were and everything. And yeah,
it's one of my favorite photos to go back to is in high school with two of my really good buddies who have kind of, we've kind of drifted. They don't talk anymore, but it's the three of us in one of their backyards where we used to do wrestling on the trampoline, and he actually had like really expensive WWE belts, and we're all wearing them. It was cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
But
anyways, guys, sorry about that.
Now we're reminiscing.
So they're going through their scrapbook. We were going through ours in our head.
Yeah.
So they're going through Grandpa's scrapbook, and what did they decide? Who do they need to get? They need to get these.
Yeah. Marilyn's like, he led a fascinating life, and Lily's like, that's it. Or bring the book to life. And Grandpa or Herman can't wait to fly to Neverland and visit Tinkerbell while they're at it. She tells them to stuff it. We have a time machine. And I'm like, oh no, not again. Herman doesn't understand why they can't use Kodak film like everyone else. That's a brand that hasn't survived the time. He did have terrible experience the last time they used this machine, after all.
It's a different machine, though, as we find out in a minute.
Yeah. She says they will make a list of everyone important to him in the book and bring them back to celebrate his birthday. I feel like they missed some people, but...
And Herman's like, and who are we going to get to do this? And everybody looks at Herman.
He's, oh, no. Quantum Leap has taught me so much. Which I'm like, that is not how time travel actually works.
Yeah,
that is like body possession.
He's like, time travel is hard and dangerous. Don't you watch Quantum Leap? Yeah, Quantum Leap is completely you're different, and it's also jumping using quantum stuff and not just whatever Grandpa has.
I'm sad the new show got canceled so quick, but then again, I didn't watch it yet, so I'm part of the problem.
Yeah, I didn't even know it was out yet.
I told you it was.
You act like I hear everything. You tell me so many shows are on.
So in the lab,
I like the Scott Bakula.
Scott Bakula.
Yeah, I like his show more. His show was hard hitting, bro. If you want to see like any show that talks about quote unquote woke stuff, holy shit, that show hit hard. People watch that nowadays, they'd be like, oh, what's this woke garbage? I'm like, no, bro. Like, yeah, that shit was hard, bro.
No, bro.
Well, bro. Or so I should be like, my kids like, bruh, That shit was skibbity toilet, dude. Riz, riz. I can't.
Myke is now having a stroke. His microphone has malfunctioned. I don't know what happened. I definitely clicking a button. There we go.
That only mutes me on the video, by the way.
Yeah, so they rushed to the lab to the improved machine that Myke mentioned.
Can I say before we dive into that, we already know who they're bringing in because we talked about it in your breakdown. I really felt like this would have been a sweet place to bring back Grandpa's roommate that passed away.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They missed some people.
Clearly, they were wanting to bring back people that were going to torture Grandpa.
Yes. Yes, they were.
Because they didn't really do their research. You think Leonard would have been able to be like, hey, why don't we bring back XXX?
To be fair, and we'll get to it, out of all the people they bring back, he was least annoyed by Genghis.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Anyways, now we go down to the basement, and the time machine is completely different than before. And now it
like
is
a
in the
cellar door.
Yeah, in the shape of a casket.
Yeah,
it looks like a cabinet. It looks like a cabinet that they just tipped to the side.
Yeah, that's true. It does look more like a casket. I was thinking cellar door because it opens outwards like a, and it's kind of leaning back.
Yeah,
but they're like, hey, Grandpa could be back from Fangs Across America rally any minute, which I feel like this is not the first time they brought this up. And I'm like, I love when they do little jokes and then they just do it again, even if it's on accident. Because I mean, this is a real easy one to do. The FAA,
The what?
Flight, Fangs Across America.
Oh yeah. You cut out for me for a second. Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. I was just saying, I was like, even if this was an accidental repeat of a joke, I love it.
Yeah, I am going to put a picture up on the screen real quick because I didn't notice this in my watch till just now. Because I have it for people who don't remember. I do play the episode just so I have the visual going for me. I can't hear it though, but this image here, I didn't realize you could see through.
Oh yeah, I have I have that. I made note of that.
Okay. That's kind of cool. I like that. So this is the time machine for people watching the video feed. It's a casket shaped kind of thing, but you can loosely see through. I think it's just dirty. I think it's supposed to be completely see through, but it's dirty. You don't see that?
No, I see it. Yeah. Okay. It does look like they put a layer of dust on it.
Yeah. Well, what did you have on that? What was your thing about it?
Oh, I was just gonna do more of what they were talking about.
Okay.
So Lily tells him to drive carefully, and Eddie's like, "Hey, don't touch or change the station. Grandpa hates that." Herman gets
also,
in. Also,
Herman had to grab his passport, by the way, for time travel.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He had to go get his passport. Herman buckles himself up, and Lily gets all hot and bothered seeing him in heavy machinery. I'm like, Lily, not the time. Kids right there. Herman does a Nixon impression.
What are you talking about, kids right there? They know how they got made. Well, at least Eddie.
Normal people don't want to hear that from their parents, Myke.
Don't care.
I know you don't. I was in the car with you. And it was just him, I might add.
Wait, what?
Your wife wasn't even around.
Oh, yeah. She knows what I say. Look, my kid's my choice, right? Is that how that works?
Generational trauma. So anyway, so I love the little Nixon thing that Herman does right before they close it on him. And the way he's laying there, it looks like he's frozen almost.
Yeah.
Like they put him in hibernation or something. which is not how you go backwards in time. That's forwards.
Yeah.
So
Unless it's
Grandpa,
like the time machine, like the book, the movie thing, where it's like he has to be frozen, so he goes throughout time and then comes back around through time, because time is just an infinite loop.
oh man, dude, there's a really good anime based on that, called The Island, I think it is. It is a mind trip,
Mm.
and also has some questionable storytelling.
Well, did you ever see like not the original Time Machine, but the reboot of the Time Machine movie that they did?
I've never seen either.
No. Okay, so they have like a really cool scene in it that shows how it works. It's just like basically the dude gets to witness. It's really cool. It's not really a spoiler either, especially if you read anything on it. But I'm sure you could find the scene on YouTube. But it's like the guy gets in the machine, and to go back in time, he has to go all the way forward in time to when it all comes back around again, because it's like it's an infinite loop type deal. It's kind of cool. So it's he gets to see like everything happen, the buildings, all this cool stuff. It was when CG first came about too in movies. So they really got to really do the building, and like he got to see the demise of the world too, and then it come back around. It's kind of cool.
They did that in Futurama too.
Yeah. Well, that's where they got it from. That's where Futurama got it from. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that. I was just saying it was another
Yeah.
story where they. I know it's not the original. Yeah, no, that's a really interesting concept. One of my physics teachers in high school, he loved the I think it was the 2000s Planet of the Apes, because he says that is the one that they get time travel right. You can only go forwards, where he jumps to, like, he thinks it's modern day DC, but it's the apes are still in charge, and he's like, that's what happens. It's like theoretically impossible to go backwards. You can only jump forwards. And he says that is the best representation in film at the time. That was in 2009 though, so a lot of things have come out since, so who knows, there might be a better one.
But that would have been him going backwards.
Forwards. Ape civilization has advanced to the point of where we are in human civilization. And it's just a coincidence that it seems to be following a parallel timeline, because they have like ape Abraham Lincoln and stuff.
Yeah.
Which really gets meta.
That's the Tim Burton one. That's the Tim Burton one. So I'm thinking if you take into the consideration the original set of movies, because in the original set of movies it starts with like, you know, ape world where they're living in caves, and then eventually in one of the movies the apes get sent back in time, and then they and then everything happens like that, right? So that's what I was thinking, that those ones for a second. But yeah, it's the Tim Burton one, so it's whatever the hell they wanted to do.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it's just a little interesting tangent on time travel theories.
Yeah. So Grandpa walks in and it's completely dark.
Yeah, this is the dark. Even when the power went out last episode.
It's dark. Yeah, it's crazy.
But maybe it's at nighttime.
Maybe. Yeah. Grandpa walks in and everyone surprises him. It's a surprise party.
The house is decorated too. That was really cool. They went out of their way.
It's almost like they had time to do it.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
You had such a long pause. I was waiting for whatever you had to say, and that's it. Grandpa tries to leave immediately, but they stop him. He's like, "Oh, is it my birthday already? I feel like I just had one a year ago." And I'm going to steal that line. He's like, "When I get back, give me a full report on how it goes." Lily stops him again and tells him the big surprise, which he will relive his life, which Chrome is yelling at me to clear up some space. I don't know what that means. Anyway, yeah, they're what is that thing they did for Mick Foley? This is your life.
This is your life on drugs. No, I don't. Yeah,
You were a big wrestling fan in the 90s. Isn't that what The Rock did for?
I don't remember what they called the segment.
I swear it was "This Is Your Life," which is exactly what she says. We're gonna relive your life right here in the living room
through the magic of time machine the time machine. We are going to recreate the magic of your life. Yeah,
I love his response. I don't want to relive my life. I wasn't so happy about doing it the first time. The least he can do is make an effort not to barf. And Herman's like, that's the spirit.
Your life was filled with many wonderful people, they say.
Yeah, I didn't read any of the note card or write down any of the note cards they did. So if you have any of that, feel free.
Every so often I wrote something down because there's so much in this episode.
Oh, there's just so much in this. When you texted me the other day when you started it, you're like, I gotta stop this for a bit. I'm like, yep.
Because this is about, we're getting up to the part where I had to stop because I was just like, all right, stopping for a minute.
Yep.
Taking a breath.
We're getting to the part where I had to stop, but only because I had run out of time that day. So Lily and Marilyn begin reading this prepared intro, and there will be no commercial breaks. And they're like, you may remember this voice. It's, hello, Vlad, my little bloodsucker. He's like, no, it can't be. It's impossible. And I love how they nearly recreate the Empire Strikes Back scene with his reaction as his eyes go wide. It's his mother.
Mommy.
She comes out, they hug. He missed her, but then whispers into her ear like the bubonic plague. Dude, I don't know if you're doing it for the audience or not, but her ear is right there. You literally just whispered it to her.
I mean, maybe that's a good thing for her, though. She doesn't know.
Yeah. Eddie is wrong, and we get a commercial break. I just had to make a note of that. So we come back, and Grandpa's doing his patented cross fingers at his mother, telling her, if she pinches his cheek one more time. And Marilyn is so upset that he's acting she reacted this way.
Right.
And Grandpa's like, she's the reason I left Transylvania to begin with. Always follow me around and embarrassing me in front of my friends. Plus, she's a world-class nudge, which I've never heard this slang before. But apparently,
go on.
Do you know it?
No.
It apparently means that she's always telling him to improve his life.
This his mom comes off very stereotypical of a Jewish mom.
I thought the same. Like any Adam Sandler movie where he introduces or plays his mom. Yeah.
That was a very stereotypical like Jewish mom thing going on right here.
Or any of his characters on SNL, pretty much the lunch lady specifically. In other words, she's a mother. She always loved him. Even when he belched the national anthem at his high school graduation, even though he continued to wet the bed all the way through graduate school. And I'm like, wait a minute. Does this mean Leonard had to deal with this?
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Herman then reads another prepared intro, and we hear the voice of his older brother.
Yorga.
Thank you. I forgot it. I have written here so many different ways because they say it.
Yeah, I just wrote down the first one that they gave me.
And he's dressed up like the Godfather in a suit. They hug, and Grandpa says, now quick, while I have him, someone give me a steak.
What? what century did this guy die in? Like, what decade? Like, when did he
I
die?
have a feeling that we get a clue of that later on in the episode.
Because, yeah.
Grandpa,
Anyways,
Grandpa warns him. His jokes are terrible and they will drive you insane. And Lily's
Mm.
like, that cannot possibly be true. Have you not met your uncle before, Lily?
maybe not. That's
Yorga.
what.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, did you do the whole thing where he hugs his brother?
Yeah, he's holding him. He's like, quick,
Yeah.
get me a steak.
Yeah, hand me a steak.
I got him.
He
Yeah.
said, so she's like, that can't be true. And Yorga goes, boy, am I tired. I spend all day trying to throw away my boomerang.
And then
What?
laughs in her face.
But the thing is, Herman and Marilyn laugh so hard
They do.
at all the jokes he says. Like, I could see Herman laughing, but why Marilyn? Why Marilyn?
And then he does a fat woman joke about his wife, and then a beauty parlor joke, and Lily understands completely what Grandpa meant. I didn't even think the jokes were worth writing down.
No, I only wrote the first one down.
Yeah, me too. So Marilyn introduced another person. It is
Lily introduces.
I thought Marilyn spoke up first, and then Lily jumped in.
No, because Lily's the only one with the cue cards, I think.
Oh, well, that's fair. And I'm like, holy Star Trek! It's Genghis Khan, and he looks like a Klingon to me.
I thought you were gonna be like, it's like the holodeck malfunctioning.
I don't know that reference, but I'm sure I've absorbed it through osmosis through the years.
You've probably seen it through freaking Futurama.
I've definitely seen parodies. They did it in Mission to Zix, I think.
I don't know. I haven't finished that one yet.
You gotta finish Mission to Zix, dude. Oh,
I'm listening through it, but I take my time with it. I have to get back to it.
It's been finished for like 3 years.
I spent too much time over the last few months of listening to random podcast crap because everybody was talking about all this dumb stuff that's going on in the States, and now I'm kind of bored with it. So now I'm like, let me get back to actual entertainment. Yeah. Anyways.
Why would you stop listening to actual entertainment?
I mean, there was some so I listen to some comedians too, so that's fun and entertaining. I like the jokes.
I'll go on what's that app? Not Spotify, but the other one, Pandora. And I'll just go onto the comedian channel, and it curates basically Jim Gaffigan for me, which is the most relatable comedian ever.
He's funny. He's good. He's good, clean comedy too.
It's so good. It's like fun. Everything he says, I'm like, yeah, 100% agree.
All right, and it's Genghis Khan comes out. Genghis.
Yeah, and he hugs Grandpa.
Just so we're clear, before we talk about how fun Genghis is in this and everything like that, just state that the real Genghis, he united the Mongol Empire, like the Mongolian Empire, right? He did all that cool, fun stuff. He's like the real life Thanos, dude. Like,
he is.
100%. Maybe worse. Because didn't he kill more than half the people on the Earth at the time?
Yeah, and there was also the reason he has so many children.
He's worse than Hitler, but people love him.
I don't know worse, but he's probably on par.
Killed way more people than the Nazis ever did, or probably ever could have.
I don't know if that's true.
I think it's true. I think he killed a lot of people. Like, he killed like a huge fraction of the world, dude.
6 million people died in the Holocaust.
Okay, and how many people did Genghis Khan kill? Let's find out. I'm curious because, 6 million. I feel that number went up recently. I don't remember that number being so high.
Roughly 2 million.
Bullshit. Well, I guess technically, if you go percentage wise, he still did a better job.
I don't think
I
saying
don't-
one bad
I
person did a
don't-
better job than another
I
is
don't
something we
mean
should.
better job. I meant like for what his goals and his accomplishments, what he wanted to accomplish.
I feel like we're on such icy territory here. They are both terrible people.
Yes.
Hitler is worse.
I mean, Genghis did a lot more by himself. I wonder how many people Hitler himself actually killed.
Not many.
I wouldn't think
That's
so. I
one
think
of the things in history is that he had
so
pretty
many people
clean
doing
hands
it.
because he had other people do his dirty work.
Right. Where Genghis was like, "Nah, fuck you. I'm gonna do it all."
We know he killed at least one though.
Himself.
Yeah. Screw you, Hitler.
That's
I'm
if
happy
he
they
actually
made
had
a
the
parking lot out of his
I don't
bunker.
think he had the balls to do it himself. I think someone else did it for him. I think someone else gave him the shit.
Who cares? Where it happened is so insignificant to history, they put a parking lot over it. So,
But anyways, I just wanted to point that out because I know a lot of like historical, like a lot of movies use Genghis Khan and don't really point out the fact that he killed
was
a
a bad
lot of
dude.
people. He was a bad guy. He raped a lot of people. He took over.
I was trying not to say that word. YouTube hates that.
Oh, I said graped. What are you talking about? I forgot about that one. We'll find out.
Yeah.
I think I said it fast enough. I get to bring it up. Now they're gonna really be like, what did he say? And then slow it down slowly. But yeah, no, I just wanted to point that out because even growing up, again, another movie that did it, Bill and Ted, they had Genghis in it, and they were like, he's like the ultimate, like, yeah, he's really cool. So as a kid, when you watch that movie and that's like your only source for historical like stuff, like as a kid,
Oh, that hurts me.
what, saying historical stuff?
You have history class as a kid still.
Yeah, but they weren't teaching about those people. Not at that age.
That's true. I don't know.
Bill
what
and Ted
year I
came
learned
out
about
when
him.
Bill and Ted came out when I was young. So, you know, actually, I think it might have been before I was born. Was it Bill and Ted 89? No, so I was alive when that movie came out. I was like a couple years old. But yeah, so like when I watched it, by the time I watched it, I wasn't even in like history classes outside of, you know, whatever church had taught me about church history. And even then, that was when my mom was like Catholic, and I don't remember any of that.
Oh, that explains a lot.
We got out before the pastor got in.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. It's a good thing we're never been monetized.
It's okay. We all like to have fun here. All right. So Genghis Khan comes out and yeah.
He hugs Grandpa and he's like, "You've gone soft. They need to go take some life." And Grandpa calls him a maniac for staying up all hours of the night, pillaging, plundering, terrorizing villagers, and setting fires to homes.
I don't think Genghis Khan was this tall.
That's a good...
as big as this guy
what
is.
What does historic say? What? No, don't leave. Don't close this tab. I need to stay in this room.
No, I'll look it up. You continue with your thing, dude.
Khan height. Let's see. They estimate that he was 190 centimeters. That does nothing for my American brain.
130 foot tall Genghis. No,
6'2".
That's a statue. He's 6'2", really?
That's what they claim.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also stories inflated through time and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. So Grandpa mentions all of that stuff, and Genghis is like, "And that's the week I had the flu."
Yeah.
Marilyn thinks that sounds awful. It's because it was.
Yes. But Grandpa was sad because he didn't get to help. He didn't get to go along on the crusades with him.
Invited. That's because you always wanted to stop and drink everyone's blood before we could move on. Genghis got real impatient. And his mom taught him not to waste a drop.
We're not going to mention that Grandpa is Vlad, like the Impaler.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who cut people's heads off and just hung them around for no reason.
Nailed people to trees. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
There's a reason that the original Munster show called him Sam Dracula and not Vladimir.
Yeah, in the original show, he was just a Dracula, not the Dracula.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
he could be a second of Vladimir too.
Yeah,
or
he
something
could
like
be.
That.
But yeah, Grandpa's like, I wish you guys just got me a tie and a shave or aftershave like a normal birthday.
Yeah.
Sits down on the couch. But Lily is excited for him to see their next guest. At this point, a nurse here to give him an enema would be more welcome than another guest. Herman begins to read.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Reads. I didn't write it down, but Herman continues on reading, and as he is progressing through his reading, Grandpa looks scared.
No, I beg of you, anyone but her.
And Herman's not catching this. And
Nope.
He just reading off the card, kind of like a show host would do, like one of those, like, and he goes, Shirley Slepnik.
He's like, oh no. She comes out to us. That's right, it's me, and I'm still the love machine you remember. Take me.
Take me. She does this weird dance. And
Crap.
it's funny. It's funny because you got Eddie's behind her when she does this, and she kind of does like a shimmy that would like normally shake like the boobs and stuff, but with her it shakes everything.
She's a bigger woman.
She's a bigger girl. But Eddie's behind her, and he goes from just like looking, then looking confused, to then like his eyes just look off screen, but his face stays forward. Hilarious.
Yeah. Grandpa's like, I would rather have my bunions laced. But Genghis, however, he's ready for her.
Oh yeah.
And Grandpa's like,
come here. What does he say? Did I write it down?
I didn't.
You did?
I didn't.
Oh, he calls her something like honey buns or sweet cakes or something like that.
Yeah. And Grandpa's like, next year, just take me to Chuck E. Cheese.
Don't want to be insulting, but with the wig on, I thought that was a dude. I don't know if that's wrong. I thought it was a dude for a second.
That is wrong.
This is what happens when I wake up at 4 a.m. and we record at like 6.
This poor lady.
Isn't she passed away already? I don't remember.
Nope. That was Richard. I just opened back up. I want Yetta.
I'm not saying she looks like a man. I'm saying the wig made it. Because the wig doesn't look like it fits on them or her. Sorry.
We're getting flagged for this episode for something.
The wig just doesn't look right to me. And I don't know if it's because they made the hair way too thick or what. Because it sits on her head very weirdly. Unless it's her real hair, which then, damn, good job for having such thick hair. I think Tivis is lost.
No, I can't find any record that she's gone.
Okay.
So I apologize on Mike's behalf if you ever hear this.
If she's still alive, we'll get her on the show and then I'll apologize in person.
Or just stop bringing it up.
What? You're like the government. You just don't want to do anything.
That's why bring attention to something she might not know about.
Tivis. All right.
I don't. I'm gonna have an aneurysm this episode. Cut to yogurt telling
Yorga.
Marilyn, yeah, telling how he got a dog for his wife. He wishes he could get that a trade like that any day. I'm so glad your wife jokes are a relic because this is so cringe, dude. Uh,
I didn't
and
find
th-
any of his jokes funny though. All of his jokes are just stupid. They're weird.
then he goes into, I know a girl so ugly. And the look on Marilyn's face makes me wonder if all of this is improv because the look on the actress's face is like, where is this going? And it ends with they took away her citizenship.
Because she's so ugly.
Yes.
But citizenship to where? Because I don't even think he's an American citizen, is he?
So you get citizenship anywhere.
I
Not
wonder
just
if
an
the
American
act.
thing.
I wonder, was that actor like? I know he did comedy stuff, but I wonder if he ever did stand up in real life back then.
That's a good question.
I don't think
Uh,
like stand up was like super big as it is now. So it was probably a little harder to get into. Because there's like only a handful of comedians I can think of from back in like the 70s, 80s.
it definitely exploded when Comedy Central gave them more public access.
Yeah.
Like the what Gotham Gotham whatever the late night at Gotham or whatever was like the first one I remember where they started giving comedians like I don't know 20-30 minutes of airtime and it was like a compilation of a bunch of comedians. And
Mhm.
then I started seeing more and more of actual, stand up on TV. And then now Netflix has like exclusive rights to a bunch of stand up. I own the Blue Collar Comedy Tour trio of specials.
Charles Farrar Brown is the one who's considered America's first stand-up comedian.
What year?
Well, it doesn't say what year,
What?
but it says his birth date, which is 1834, and then he died in
Oh,
1867.
that is much earlier than I would have thought.
And then there's a history of stand-up comedy. Says in 1979, the first American-style stand-up comedy club, the Comedy Store, was open.
Mhm.
Yeah, which that's like the most famous one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's considered the first stand-up comedian in America was 1834. Well, that's when he was born. So probably like 1840s, 1850.
I really think Comedy Central opened the door for comedians to become national,
Yeah.
liked. Because before you had to go to places like the Chuckle Hut or something.
Mm-hmm. We got to think too, back in like the 50s, you had to be very careful of like your comedy style. It didn't really
yeah, you don't want to be marked a commie.
yeah, for sure. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah,
I don't
so
want to keep going.
Grandpa has had enough and tells everyone to get out. But his mom's like, no. I'm not going anywhere. I plan to stay about 2 months. I brought lots of baby pictures to show off your butt. Why is that? Why is that something people do? Like, I know it's a running joke and stuff, but literally my mom has a photo of me as a child with my ass out. And
I don't
she
know.
loves to pull it out. Why is that something people do? It's just weird.
Because deep down inside, all of
You
our parents
don't
were a bunch of
have
pedos.
any other baby photos?
I'm glad Tivis was talking over me so you couldn't hear me say that.
Oh, I heard you say it. I just knew what was coming. But my point still stands. Like,
yeah,
you do not have any other photos at all.
like show the photo of me like with my face smashed through the cake or something, or lasagna everywhere, crap like that. Like Tivis is or the drool hanging off my face.
Shut up. Anyway, his old crush tells him she wants to go pick up some lingerie, and Yorga doesn't want to go back either. He wants to try his hand at a modern talk show. Genghis could see himself living here after coming home from a long day of torturing the neighbors. And I'm like, you leave Howie alone.
Right. Oh, this is when Grandpa then says, wait, where is it? Where is it? Where does he say it? My note just disappeared. Oh,
That's great.
it was before, oh yeah, he says, next year I'm not taking any chances. I'm having my birthday at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, which everyone go support Chuck E. Cheese. They're closing down left and right.
Maybe they should have better pizza.
Yeah, maybe they should bring back the damn animatronics.
That too.
You know, it costs less to fix those than to remodel the entire restaurant. But what do I know?
Or to give medical to the people who pass out in the suits. All right, Grandpa is now wow. FNAF, bro. Five Nights at Freddy's. Come on now.
Oh, it's such BS. They're using that as an excuse. That CEO is such a little. Yeah. Grandpa's.
I think Grandpa decides he's going to the kitchen and packing them each a boxed lunch with a juicy drink in it.
Yeah, he is snapped at this point.
Grandpa runs off to the kitchen, and Lily follows in pursuit, and was like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Like, what?
Yeah. She immediately starts berating him for being rude to the guests, which he didn't even want. He's like, my mom.
I feel this is kind of like your parents inviting kids to your birthday party that you didn't want there in the first place, and then your parents are being like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Show some respect. These kids came to hang out with you."
No, there's kids' parents force them here. There's a difference.
Yeah, but it kind of reminded me of that. Like, I get this where it's coming from too. Is also like, hey, these people showed up. Maybe show a little bit of respect.
Yeah, she gets into that.
Yeah.
Is this suddenly hitting me now because I'm out of Pepsi? Anyway, my tiredness is starting to catch up with me. So, Grandpa goes on a tirade. He's like, my mom wants to show off my butt. My brother's jokes are terrible. Genghis is going to decimate the neighborhood. And I'm going to have to put a landmine in front of my coffin to keep Shirley out.
Oh, Shirley. Yeah.
Herman asks what his point is, and left everything they were doing just to travel through time to be here with you for your birthday. Lily tags back in. These people care about you, so no matter what their individual feelings might be, you owe it to them to act decent. Grandpa's like, if this is some kind of guilt trip, it's working. Mm-hmm. Which it wouldn't work on me. Like, I don't care. That's their fault.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. You invite someone into my house that I no longer get along with.
To be fair though, the family didn't know if he got along with them or not, because they were in his scrapbook, so clearly they meant something to him.
Well, then maybe they should be more involved with asking about his life, or he should share more. Someone's at fault.
I feel Leonard should have been in the decision making, and
yeah, he really should have been. He's been there longer than any of them.
And meanwhile, Leonard's not even invited into the party.
That's true. Bro? What the heck? So all four guests are like going to the on the snack table like it's a pack of wolves on a carcass. Grandpa's like staring at them and then pries his way, and we pan over to the camera, who is all looking in disgust except for Lily, who's just smiling. Notice no one is touching the cake, by the way.
Yeah. Also looks like the same cake from the last birthday episode with Eddie.
Oh God, it does. I didn't think about that.
I'm assuming it's not a real cake. It's probably just like styrofoam.
Yeah. Herman says a pack of gorillas would have better manners, but Lily like smacks him.
Yeah.
His mother begins telling a story. Vlad threw up in front of the school assembly once. His brother's like, yeah, I was there.
I was there. I was there. He has a very smoker voice.
I was also there when Vlad was in the road bat business. When it folded, I was there when he was in the submarine business, but it went under. And I was there when he worked in the coffee mill business, but he couldn't take the grind.
I hate
Everyone loves his jokes, but no one more than Genghis.
Yeah. Which Genghis probably wouldn't even understand them. That's
No.
and
Dude,
then we hear Spot.
Oh, dude, Genghis is from the furthest away. All this modern food, he's got to be in heaven.
Yeah, he's also going to go back in time and die.
Oh yeah, no, he has no built up immunities to this stuff. He probably
All those those chemicals are going to kill him.
He's also probably taken so many diseases that we're immune to now, thanks to vaccines.
Yeah. Isn't that like how like Pocahontas died or something, right? Was it Pocahontas?
Yeah, they brought the bubonic plague over from England.
Yeah. Like in real life Pocahontas, not like Disney's Pocahontas.
Well, I don't know if that's how she died, but that is a factual thing that English settlers did here.
I thought it was like syphilis or something that she died from.
That one could be true too. We did not have a wrangle on STDs back then.
It was either her or one of the other natives that native girls that they took. One of the famous ones.
Could it be the one with Lewis and Clark?
Was it Sacagawea?
Yeah, because I know she did have a happy ending.
Yeah, it was one of the two. One of the two. Anyways, so then we get Spot roaring, and everyone's like, "What?"
Before that, though,
you got something else?
Yeah, the family's starting to get sick of them because Grandpa's like, "Can someone give me a hemlock?" And Marilyn's like, "When are they gonna leave?" And Eddie's like, "When they're staying until the Ringling Brothers call." Which they're starting to wear their welcome with the rest of the family now.
Yeah, and that's when Spot roars, and everyone's like, "Whoa, what's wrong with Spot?" And Eddie's like, "Well, maybe somebody fed him something they weren't supposed to." And
I gotta say before you say it, Genghis here reminded me a lot of Eddie in Christmas Vacation with the dog at the table, where he's like, maybe you shouldn't feed him from the table.
Yeah. This is when Genghis pipes up, "Well, I fed him the man in blue, the blue man. I shoved him in there,
shoving papers through your door."
And Lily's like, "You fed Spot, our mailman?"
Which in every other Munsters iteration, they didn't care.
Right. And his excuse was, "Well, there were no children."
Yeah.
I wonder how well that sounds. I don't know how that sounds coming out of my mouth. So when I listen back, I wonder if it's even close to his voice.
You're doing a pretty good impression. Shirley tells Lily the food was delicious. And what kind of aphrodisiacs did you use? I didn't use any. She grabs Grandpa and says, "Well, that can't be true. I demand that you take me." And Grandpa calls her a killer whale. I'm so glad we're past this.
I mean, there are bigger whales than the killer whale, so I mean, it's not that.
So he's like, "Am I going to be?"
It's okay. Fat jokes are funny. Skinny jokes are funny. All jokes are funny.
Grandpa runs down to the lab and is talking with Leonard. Like, "Am I going to be stuck with these people for?"
He says that up top.
He said before running to the lab.
Before running to the lab, Grandpa's thinking to himself, "Am I going to be stuck with these people forever? Or are they going to be stuck with me?"
And I'm like, he is an insufferable person. This is a brilliant plan.
And then now he's down talking to Leonard, which Leonard should have been upstairs at the party anyways, but we're not going to talk about that. Leonard's head is moving, which is cool. They continue that gag. I love Leonard. Dude, Leonard is like the best character that they just don't do much with.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though he's in almost every episode, which is kind of cool.
Oh, we
Who's
should
the
also.
puppeteer? Do they give a puppeteer at the end of each episode?
I have not paid attention enough to.
I'm gonna look at when we're done with this because we need to shout the puppeteer out.
Yeah, definitely. Frank, if you
Anyways.
know the puppeteer, please comment.
Yeah. Anyway, so then everybody else piles down, and now
Yeah,
the
Kangas
whole
leads him down.
family, including Genghis and Shirley, are down in Grandpa's lab. Oh no.
He tore down 3 condos in a mini mall looking for him. Like, dude, he was gone for like 3 minutes. What? Grandpa seems genuinely sad he missed out on this, by the way.
Yeah.
Shirley says she will give him some fun with some frozen yogurt, and I don't even want to know where this is going. Grandpa is way too nice to her, and she says, "It's like, how about in a hot tub?" And I'm like, they have a hot tub?
So I think it's just a cauldron.
Yeah. His mom overhears, and she's like, "I gotta come because I supervise all of his dates." Like, is that why he ran? Are you the reason him and his wife got divorced? So he wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm now clicking into what's going on. I'm like, okay, this is his plan.
Yeah.
Shirley says she can't wait to go to Lover's Lane with him, and he will take her and hold her so tight. She will hear, or he can hear her, he will hear her heart beating through the bulletproof vest. And she's like, "Oh, wait, did you say bulletproof vest?" He's like, yeah. Crime is rampant in this century. Yorga, who I now am calling Yogi, says, "Good luck stealing my jokes." And Grandpa's like, "Oh, no, you could have your own television show and probably make $1 million a year." And his jaw drops. There's not $1 million in all the banks of Transylvania. And I'm like, "Oh yeah. Grandpa told us a couple weeks ago, there's like $12 or something in the entire country."
Yeah.
Grandpa tells him, "Well, that's before taxes and fees, of course. Income tax is taking 70%. Your agent's going to take 10. Manager's going to take another 10. Then add in your wardrobe, hair, makeup, travel expenses." And Yorga's like, "I'm going to have some left, right?" And he's like, "Not after the IRS takes the last $15. Genghis is getting impatient for looting, hearing about all this money. And Grandpa says, "Great, let me get my flamethrower." And Genghis is like, "What's his name?" No, it's a machine. We use them nowadays. And Genghis is appalled at this lazy idea of life. Nothing beats watching 12 soldiers try and burn down a mud house. Grandpa tells him, "You don't need soldiers anymore. You sit in your office computer and blow up Cleveland if you want." Genghis is severely depressed by this knowledge. And his mom says, "Thank God I'm here. I will protect you from these modern things." She will cook him a nice chicken. He says, "Don't worry. I'll just get some from Colonel Sanders." From a military man? Oh, never mind. I'll just make you a salad. He's like, "Sounds great, but they spray all the vegetables with pesticides now." Shirley says, "I thought things were supposed to be better in the future." He's like, "They are. We have cable where you can watch Love Connection 24 hours a day." His mom's like, "I would hate to annoy and run, but I'm late for a leech meeting." Yorga says he has to go entertain the troops of Napoleon at Waterloo. This is how he dies, isn't it?
But that doesn't make sense because he's already talking about he was there for Grandpa's certain things that are dated.
I think those were jokes.
But how would he know what those are? How would he know?
Time travel has never made
also
sense.
His suit is way before or way after Napoleon's time.
Shirley just says the Viking fleet is in town. And I'm like, "So you're a groupie or something, aren't you?" And they all turn to look at Genghis, and he just says, "Bar mitzvah."
Yeah.
So Grandpa heads back upstairs, and the kids ask why the house shook. Hey, Grandpa, the guests all just went back home. Herman asks why. Grandpa gives him some exaggerated shoulder shrug, like the most exaggerated shoulder shrug I have ever seen in anything ever.
Yeah.
Lily's like, "Oh, thank you for being such a good sport." Grandpa's like, "Oh yeah, I know how much trouble you all went through for him, and he thanks them for the effort, and he hated every minute of it."
Every minute.
And, I feel the same way anytime anyone ever tries to throw me a party.
Yeah.
Like, I hate being the center of attention. I love getting together with friends and family, just being together and like
Mhm.
playing board games and stuff. But when it's for me specifically, no, just don't.
Yeah.
Marilyn says that was so sweet for of you to say. Grandpa asks where his presents are, and the whole family gives the same exaggerated shrug.
Yeah, and it's very funny too because when they do it, they all are like, "Oh no," with their hands up and stuff.
Their head
Um,
crooked.
But I don't know that Jason got the memo not to look at the camera.
He does spike the camera a lot lately.
It's like I don't know if he's like looking off screen, but like look, he does this and then they freeze frame on that afterwards.
Do you think they're trying to have him do like a fourth wall break kind of thing? Because I feel like they've definitely ramped up him looking off the set like a lot this season specifically.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he's like, screw you guys, you ain't firing me.
Maybe the show's already been canceled. He's like, what are you gonna do? Get rid of me?
Right. Yeah. So then we come back from that to Grandpa's lab where Leonard is moving again around and stuff. So that's cool. There's a red lamp behind Grandpa's head that is supposed to be moving. It's like one of those balls that the light moves around.
Oh yeah.
The light is just standard. It's just on. It's not moving at all.
Yeah.
But anyways, and walks who? Tivis.
Genghis, and Grandpa is rightly shocked. He's like, "How did you get here?" I hitched a ride with someone else's time machine.
Which that means someone had a time machine back then.
Or they were just
time
visiting.
Machine in there, yeah. Yeah.
But
he had a time machine, but he had to walk 20 years of the time.
39 years. They accidentally let him off in 1961.
Was it 39?
Yeah, which means this takes place. Wait, that can't be right. That means this episode takes place in 2000.
Yeah.
But they definitely say 39 years.
He said 20 years.
No, he said 39.
No, he got a ride 39 years and then had to walk the other 20. Which still wouldn't make any sense. None of his numbers make logical sense for how far in the past he was.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that just hit me. Like, that means this episode is like in the 2000s. That can't be right.
No. So he's trying to get with Shirley. How do you do it? Grandpa says, well, one, you serenade her. You sing to her. And he's like, oh, I've done that. And he sings this thing.
You didn't say my favorite part of how he asks.
Oh, what?
How do you do that voodoo that you do so well?
Yeah. And Grandpa says, you serenade her. And he says, well, I have sung to her. I have sung. I didn't write down what he said. What he
Mongolian love yodel.
Yeah. Mongolian loves it. Yeah, yodel. And then I can't talk right now. And then
Grandpa has no idea how to respond to this, by the way.
Yeah.
What?
And well, Grandpa's like, well, then you take her to dinner. And I don't remember what Genghis says at this, but he says, I did take her, I
Yeah.
did do dinner. We did this.
I fed her yuck livers.
Yeah.
I even let her rip them out herself.
And then Grandpa says, and when I take her home, I make her believe she's the most beautiful creature in the world.
How do you do that?
How do you do that? Well, in Shirley's case, you put her with the cows.
Put her in the barn with the other animals, basically. He then
put
looks
her with the cows.
He then looks at Genghis's head.
Mhm.
Is like, you might want to lose the haircut.
Yeah, lose the bun on the top.
And Genghis seems to be seriously considering this as we freeze.
Yeah.
This- there's so much to talk about here. Why don't you go first?
We've been going for forever already. So final thoughts, I guess we're doing.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. I mean, it was a fun-filled episode. There was a lot in the episode. It actually went by really fast. So while I was going through and editing like the photo and stuff like that for this week's episode, I had it playing again in the background just to listen to it play out for me. So I had 2 full viewings of it, and it goes by really fast. Like once they introduce the other people, like it flies by. So with that aspect of it, it's pretty cool because some of these episodes do feel like they drag on, kind of like our episodes. I did like that they were able to do this whole, it's not always necessarily how we want to be with the people that are in our lives, but these are the people that are in our lives, and these are the people that show up when it counts, even though they're not necessarily the people that you potentially want to be the ones that are there all the time, but these are the people that show up in your life. So these are the people that you should be more, not should be, but try and treat them with a little more respect than just get the hell out type thing. Especially if they're not like trying to guide your life in a way that's like counterintuitive to you. These guys they're just annoying to him. That's all they are. Which, I mean, that's family, right? Like all family, everybody has those family members or friends and stuff like that. They're just annoying. As long as they're not trying to guide you in any way. I've never once tried to like tell my friends how they should live their life or what they should do or think and the things like that. I may be annoying as shit, but I'm still going to show up for them. I'm still going to be there. So I understand from both sides because I have friends like that too, where I'm just like, you're annoying, but I know I can count on you. Grandpa can count on these 4 individuals, which is really cool. And not that they really dove into that aspect of it, but that's kind of a takeaway I got from this. It's like, you don't have to like go crazy and stuff for those who show up for you, but they showed up for you. Show them a little bit of respect, and then make up some bullshit to get them to go. So yeah, I liked it. I like the messages within this episode.
I agree 100%.
What's that? What'd you say?
I said I agree 100%.
Oh, okay. You're frozen for a second. I couldn't hear you. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, that's my thing. What you got?
I agree with your message. Absolutely. It is a very nice thing to say. As for the story elements, I enjoyed almost all the people that showed up. It's cool that we got the guy who plays a future grandpa that we've already seen, showing up. We knew he was coming, but it's cool to finally see it. And I can't believe it took me so long to, click in my head. Uh, the Genghis, I don't know why they continue to try and make him a comedic character, but
Hmm.
it's always fun.
I mean,
Somehow they always make it fun.
they do the same thing. Like movies still to this day do the same thing with a like Hitler type stuff too. Like they whenever Hitler's around, like look at South Park.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
well, that's more poking fun at.
yeah, but you're poking fun at while making it humorous for the audience. And the
Yeah.
same thing right here is too, where like Genghis, yeah, you're making him humorous, but you're also bringing up the fact that he did a lot of bad shit. Like they do say these things, they
Oh,
just do
yeah,
it in a
no, they
comedy. They deliver it in a comedic way to be like, oh, ha ha ha. But no, like they're
I mean,
telling you,
when you think about it, how many people did he kill in this short amount of time? Like
right?
he blew up 3 condos and burned down a mall. Yeah, but it was cool to see his brother, his mom. Those were cool. I could have done without the first crush thing. That I felt like that went too far. Uh, yeah, overall, this was a really cool episode. I had so much fun with it. And yeah.
Ooh. Do you think that him burning down those condos was the 1990 fire, the Painted Cave fire in California at the time?
Potentially.
Dun 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 dun. In the city of Santa Barbara. I don't know how far out he went, but that's going to be my canon now. Genghis Khan is really responsible for the Painted Cave fire in California in June 1990, guys. So this is still 1990, right? This episode was, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to just get back to the video here. My mouse is like all screwed up.
Did you happen to see if there was a puppeteer in the credits?
So they don't say puppeteer, but each episode does have a special effects person. So I'm going to assume that the special effects guys would be the ones responsible. However, they're different throughout the show. So we can't even just give credit to like one specific person for Leonard. That kind of sucks. Because the ones that did this episode here, they only did 2 episodes of the Munsters Today, period. So yeah, so if anybody out there, Frank, I know you have more of a connection with the show, but anyone else out there who has a connection to the show who can shout out any of the specific things, just let us know, or any of the specific guys out there that you know worked on the puppetry and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I really did. Again, I really wish we would have got more Maryland centric episode, but it's just as fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want to try and guess what we're talking about next week? Oh, wait.
Sure.
Which one of us guessed I think you said it was going to be Grandpa's birthday last week.
I said something about Grandpa. I didn't say birthday. I don't think I said birthday anyways. I'd have to go back and re-listen. Yeah. Which I will do anyways.
Next week, we're talking about making waves. Do you think we're getting a beach episode?
Making copies. I don't think it's going to be a beach episode. I think it's going to be about like making waves within like an event or a society or the school. It's
Within
probably
the
going to be
family.
something with Eddie.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Because Maryland can't get their own episode yet. Unless it's a Maryland beach episode.
Let's hope not.
Why?
Just
because I got you.
Yeah.
I understand what you're talking about. Yeah. I mean, if it gets Maryland her own episode, give her own episode. Just don't make it very, sexualized.
I think she deserves it on her own merit, not just because she's a young lady. Is the problem.
Are you saying that being a young lady isn't being on her own merit?
I sneezed.
I sneeze at you, sir.
That's just something that all women are at one point in their lives.
That's not gonna go down that road, but I understand what you mean. However, that you shouldn't take that against her just because she is a lady, that she shouldn't be able to have an episode that revolves around the beach. We wouldn't say that about Eddie or, you know, Herman or anything like
but
that.
we just went through like a whole season where they were trying to over sexualize the actress.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I don't trust them.
but just saying, just because she's a lady, she shouldn't get a beach episode doesn't make sense.
No, I'm not saying because of her. I'm saying because of
Baywatch lasted a very long
people.
time and gave a lot of females a lot of careers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Baywatch also started investigating crimes and stuff. People forget that part. It was weird.
Didn't they have like Baywatch Nights, which they like did aliens and stuff like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Night Crew. Yeah.
Anyways, what do
yeah.
you think for this one?
I definitely don't think it's the beach. Hearing any of these episodes being filmed on location would just floor me. They could make a beach in a studio though. They've done that before. But anyway,
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I think that's a really good guess. Making waves at the school,
or it's a political one with Grandpa.
Yeah, it could very well be true. Grandpa, throughout both shows, Grandpa has been steeped in politics. That's why we have our shirt.
Yeah. Here's
this shirt right here. For audio listeners, Myke is holding up our "Let's Back the Team" of Munster and Dracula.
I wore this to one of the big conventions a few weeks ago, and some of the guys there, they really liked it and stuff. And I actually explained what it is because it is a old Kennedy poster that I designed it based on.
Yeah.
So,
and Al Lewis was an actual politician.
Yes, he was.
And Grandpa rigged the election with the voting machine in his basement.
It just rained on him, though.
That is a thing that happened in the original show. If you didn't see that,
yeah.
But yeah,
so
I agree. I think this is very likely going to be an Eddie school one.
Can I say one that it definitely isn't going to be, but it would be funny?
Sure.
Making waves. Eddie starts wearing a do-rag because he's trying to get waves in his hair. That's
I've never heard some of those words in my life.
Really? What?
Yes.
Hair? Waves?
I've heard that one.
Do-rag?
I've never heard it used like that. I've heard of that.
So what are you talking? That's what you do. You when you're trying to get waves in your hair, you would wear the do-rag to help them stick and stuff, dude.
I don't know what.
Now, as a white person, it doesn't work unless your hair is a very specific texture of finer detail. Like my hair, I can't do waves. I just can't. I tried, but I still like to wear.
What's going on?
Do you know what do-rags are?
Yes.
Okay.
I said that.
It's not that.
I don't know what waves are.
Well, Google it. I'm not going to explain what waves are. Hair waves. Type
I'm having enough technical problems. I'm not going back to Google.
You'll do it when you're told to do it. Anyways, guys.
Thank you for listening watching once again.
Nice long one, 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Damn, we went long.
Yeah. So appreciate everybody. We like to do some of this banter stuff, which is really cool because we used to do it a lot on our other show that we don't do right now. We haven't done for over a year, I think, almost now. So we like doing some banter, plus it also opens up to you guys a little bit more of us, how our thinking works. And I think it's really cool with the show because we get to take something from the show, break it down into a reality based thing or another show that other people can correlate with, and then bring it back into the show for the Munsters, which is awesome. Because I think we actually do a really good job, because I listen back every week when the episode goes live, and we actually do a decent job of getting back on topic while explaining some more stuff in detail or bringing up historical facts or different things. So I like that, and I hope you guys do too. So if you do like that, let us know. If you don't like that, let us know that it's just a waste of time for you guys. If you're just here for the Munsters, let us know, guys. We can
Always
change up some
appreciate,
stuff.
critical feedback.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
don't be a dick.
Yeah, that one.
We're already in trouble with YouTube. I don't care anymore.
All right, guys. Tivis, any final words today, my man?
I already said them.
All right, don't be a dick. That's his final words. All right, guys. With that all said, we will catch y'all next time as we take another stroll down 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short, or fat or thin, or ugly, or handsome, like your father. Or you can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character.